Preserving, protecting, and sharing history is an important task for a multitude of reasons. Artifacts from the past can teach us so much about how we progressed as humans and can tell incredible stories.
Hands-on learning and discussion is arguably one of the best ways to educate, and soon you have the opportunity to delve into some of the legendary discoveries and records yourself. With us this afternoon, this is Terry Cornell. He's the curator of the Dorchester County Historical Society. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're certainly
welcome.
welcome.
Good to have you here. So how did you get involved with the Historical Society?
Well, I have been curator there for 17 years. I started collecting Indian artifacts as soon as I was able to ride a bicycle.
Okay.
And the farmers were so receptive back then. This is the 1960s, and they would never refuse a kid, to go back in the field looking for arrowheads. That's when they used to deep plow. And so when I brought them home, I kept them organized from each farm,
right,
and which kept the archaeological integrity together. I had that archaeology type mindset at the time.
Okay.
And I enjoyed a life and some friends from the beginning until there's very few still alive. And of course the farming practices have no-till, have pretty well stumped it.
Yeah.
But it kept me interested to the point to where I started educating myself, going to conferences, Mid-Atlantic conferences, and different places to learn.
This really became a passion for you, didn't it?
Yes, it certainly did. And of course it fit right in with the Historical Society.
Yeah, okay.
And we give presentations to busloads of children. Every fourth grader in Dorchester County has heard me talk, including my grandson. He got in a history club just to be able to come.
Right. That's awesome.
And it's a little difficult to present it to them with the in-depth understanding.
Right.
But anyway, and I also do a program once in a while. Well, the Giants theme is something that I caught on by listening to the old Indian chief who's passed away now, Chief Winterhawk, and the chief of the Nassau Waywash, well-respected man, very knowledgeable. Well, he told me a story. He says, I'll bet you won't believe this, but years ago, we had giants on the eastern shore, a race of giants. And they came over here as traders, and they were nasty. That's the word he used. And they would catch you walking down the path and club you from behind, steal your wares, and said, we just got tired of it, and we banded up and annihilated them.
Wow.
So this stuck in my mind, the whole period of time, but I did not dwell on it or get into it that much until recently.
And
recently I started internet searches and books and things, and I found out that it was a pretty common thing in Indian lore. Even the Lewis and Clark expedition had Indians tell them about wars with giants.
With giants.
Well, from then on, I found stories of skeletal remains that were found that were extremely large. I'm talking about 7, 8 feet tall.
Wow.
And all
That's
over the country, there's probably at least 2,000 mentions in newspaper clippings and books and archaeological reports of large statured people found.
Oh my goodness.
One thing I will say, when the colonial people first got here, the average Frenchman, when they first landed here, were 5'4".
Okay.
So the normal size Indians were like 6 foot, 5'11", 6 foot. So naturally, they're going. And the same thing with the English, where the Indians over here had great food, plenty of meat, protein. Immigrants that came over here suffered plagues and had starchy foods,
yes,
and they were just a smaller statured person.
You know what? I get the feeling we could probably sit here all afternoon.
This is what I was going to say. Yeah.
This is amazing. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, definitely a passion. But you are having a Native American exhibition. Can you tell us about that?
The Native American exhibition is our 17th in a row.
Wow.
And we have collectors that have scoured the beaches. Usually it's erosion pulls them out, and you can just walk the beach and pick them up.
Right.
And most of us, including myself, grew up in a time where we didn't have a lot of money
Yeah.
and we couldn't get here and there to have fun, so we found our own things to do. And so we have these gentlemen, some of them are 5 generations. Their great-grandfather and even before did this.
Oh my goodness.
Started with a cigar box,
Yeah.
and it's come to one of my friends had to tear the floor out of his house and put floor joists in to be able to hold what
everything
he's
up.
found.
Okay,
All
tell
his
us
loot.
where and when we can see this exhibition.
The Dorchester County Historical Society will have the exhibition on the 7th of September.
Okay.
And the program on Giants is the 22nd of August, which is next Thursday, I believe. And
right.
everybody's welcome to come. It's probably tall tales and facts, and I'm not here to convince you about anything. I'm here to present the information and some of the facts, and you can decide for yourself.
Decide for yourself.
I love
Terry
it.
Cornell, curator with the Dorchester Historical Society. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, Terry.